Oops, you guys, I opened it too soon. Okay, I got more batter. You know, the first one's always just a warm-up. Hey guys, it's Ro. Welcome back to my channel. Today I got so many requests for some easy baking recipes. So I found a bunch of 3-ingredient recipes that we're gonna be testing today to see if they are worth your time, and maybe one of them is gonna be so easy and so good that you're gonna try baking for the first time. So without further ado, let's get started. The first recipe that we're gonna be making, you guys know me, I love pizza. So we're gonna be making a 3-ingredient pizza dough. And for all the recipes today, adding a little pinch of salt is optional. It's just for a little bit of taste, but you don't need to. To make this pizza dough, you just need some flour, Greek yogurt, and baking powder. Scoop this in, boop, 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 and we mix together. See what we get. Oh, that's looking good. Okay, I just mixed it up until mostly all the flour is absorbed. Then we're gonna use our hands. Yeah, wow, you really need all that yogurt. All right, our pizza dough is looking good, so now we're gonna roll it out. Just sprinkle a little flour on the counter, and if your dough gets a little sticky, you can sprinkle a little bit on top of it as well. We're just gonna roll it out for a personal size. Now is a good time to preheat your oven. So you wanna heat your oven to 425 degrees, and over here I lined a baking sheet with a piece of parchment paper. And once we get this rolled out, I'm just gonna plop it on top and then bake in the oven. The dough is looking good. I think it's so cool to make dough that doesn't have any yeast. I really hope that this works. So now is a good time to put on your toppings. I'm gonna put a little sauce, a little cheese, then pop it in the oven to bake for about 15 to 20 minutes. Ta-da! Here's our 3-ingredient dough pizza. It baked, I mean, it looks like a pizza. I'm really excited about it. And the baking powder made our crust rise. Mike, you have to taste this.
Cool. You know the routine.
Okay, this one's a win. This is an awesome recipe because that dough only took me a couple minutes to make. I kind of love it. It's a great little shortcut. Next up is a 3-ingredient peach cobbler, which I just don't think is possible, but online they said this is a thing, so I'm gonna try it. 2 cans of peaches, and those just go right at the bottom of the dish. Boom, looking good. 1 box cake mix, and this is just gonna go on top. We don't mix it, we don't touch it, we just pour it right on top. Oh geez. Then we're gonna spread this. Even if this works, I think I hate it. Now we're gonna put sliced butter on top. It's nice and chilled. We're just gonna place it over the top. Okay, oh, looking good. Now if the legends are true, we're just gonna heat our oven to 350 and bake for about 30 to 40 minutes. Then I'll give it a try. And there you have it, our 3-ingredient peach cobbler. I'm so nervous to give this a taste. I do like that I see some golden brown texture. Oh, I don't like that. Oh no. It's just, I mean, looks aren't everything. So let's see what's on the inside. Let me just get a little bite here of everything on there. The taste is really, really sweet, but the texture is no, 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 no. This is a red flag. It's like grainy and then also gooey, and it's like too thick, and then it's just kind of sandy. I do like the bit of crispy the butter provided on the top. It's just not right. Blech. This is terrible. Next recipe is a 3-ingredient Danish. We've got blueberry jam, then a stick of cream cheese, and some pre-made puff pastry. And you basically just want to cut 3-inch squares, and then I'm just gonna put 6 of these on each baking tray. Now I'm gonna fill up the other tray, and then we can fill these. In front of me, I've started assembling these delicious desserts. Take your fork, you're going to dock it, and that just means press down, make some little holes. This is so the heat can escape while it's baking. Otherwise, all your yummy filling in the middle is gonna rise up. The heat won't have anywhere to go, and then it will kind of bloop, spill out. We don't want that. I've put the cream cheese in a little piping bag just to make this a little bit easier, and as you can see, I've just made round and round and round, swirl a nice circle of cream cheese, a nice thin layer right here in the middle of our puff pastry. Then you're gonna do an additional piping around the outside, like making a fence, a little barrier, to hold all of our delicious blueberry jam filling on the inside. Scoop about a tablespoon of your jam just right in the center, spread it out. And when you're doing this, perfect time to heat your oven. You wanna heat it to 400 degrees, and we're gonna bake these for about 18 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna pop them in the oven, bake them, and do a little taste test. So far, this is my favorite looking one and smelling one. I love Danishes. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot wait. I love cream cheese, I love this jam. Puff pastry is amazing. Oh, listen to that ASMR, just that nice little flaky, like a croissant. Like a buttery, crispy Oh my gosh, I love it. This is a win. This is the easiest way to make a Danish, and it is delicious. Next up is a 3-ingredient chocolate mousse. I'm really excited about this one. You make it very similar to how you make chocolate ganache. So you just need heavy whipping cream, dark chocolate, and a little bit of vanilla extract. Pour your heavy cream into a medium saucepan over the stove, and on about medium heat, we're gonna bring it to a scald. There's the scald, pour over the chocolate. Now we're gonna let it sit for about a minute, and then after it's sat, we're gonna whisk together. Now, we're gonna whisk together. There we go, nice, perfect. Once all the chocolate has melted, we're gonna add our vanilla and optional little pinch of salt. Oh yeah, perfect. I'm gonna cover this with food-safe plastic wrap, pop it in the fridge, let it chill for about 2 hours. Then we can serve it up. I took the mousse out of the fridge after a couple hours, and it is cold, it is chilled, and now we've gotta fluff it up. Which just means using an electric hand mixer. So we're gonna mix this. Our chocolate mousse is looking good, and I wanna serve them in these cute little dessert glasses. So I'm gonna put it into a piping bag to make this really cute. To decorate, this is the same heavy whipping cream that we used before and some chopped chocolate. So same ingredients. All right, let's make these cute. Now this makes about 4 servings. It's pretty dense, it feels pretty rich. Oh, that looks like a little poop. All right, then I'm just gonna take a little dollop of our whipped cream, put on top, and then sprinkle a little chocolate on top. How cute are these? Okay, I'm gonna give them a taste. Oh, wow, that's thick. Oh wow, oh wow. It's really rich. It has a lot of bitter because of the dark chocolate. I love it. Just a warning about this recipe is that it is very rich, so you really just want a small amount, but for only 3 ingredients, I'm feeling fancy. Speaking of fancy, 3-ingredient creme brulee. Is this real? We're gonna find out. I am so excited. So with the 3 ingredients you'll need, 1 egg yolk, melted vanilla ice cream, and then the 3rd ingredient, a little bit of sugar that we're gonna put on top after they bake. So first step, you're gonna pour your melted ice cream, whoop, into a bowl, and then our egg yolk, then optional, again, like always, little pinch of salt, never hurts. And we're gonna whisk together. Tell well combined, but you really wanna break up that egg yolk. Really work it in. Next, strain. Ooh, we want it to be nice and smooth. Now get a little ramekin and fill it up. Now online they say scoop out the little bubbles on top for the best results. I'm gonna do it a little bit, but I'm really not worried about it. All right, now how it bakes in the oven is kind of really interesting, but you put it into the middle of a dish and you put water all the way around it. So we're gonna fill up the water till it hits about halfway up. This is hot water. And then we're gonna bake it this way. Heat your oven to 325 degrees and bake for about 40 to 50 minutes. When you pick it up and move it, it should move just slightly in the middle, but not slosh around. The creme brulee is done baking, and then I popped it in the fridge for 2 hours to chill. And now for the final step, this is the exciting part. I love it. We've got a little bit of sugar. Pour the sugar over the top really evenly, lightly. This is what's gonna give it that nice crunch when we put a torch on it. Light her up, baby. All right, let's do this. And we're just gonna cook until you see some golden brown, and then we're gonna move away from it. Now leave it for 2 minutes because we want the caramel to be hard. If you crack into it too soon, it's gonna be still soft. It's ready. Oh, this is so cool. It's like cold on the bottom, and I can feel the little bit of warmth on the top. We got it. Wow. For 3 ingredients, this is kind of amazing. It's a little softer. Like, how good is that?
It's so good. It doesn't taste like ice cream at all.
No.
Like, I would never guess that there's ice cream in there.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Are you ready for a breakfast? I am. This 3-ingredient banana waffle. Let's give it a try. So we have got 4 mashed bananas, a little bit of flour, and eggs. The eggs, I have separated the yolk from the white. So we're gonna start with the flour in a big mixing bowl with the 2 egg yolks and our 4 mashed bananas. Now, I've made banana pancakes before, and I loved them, but I don't think I've ever made banana waffles. Now we're gonna mix these together. This smells amazing. This recipe, while the ingredients are simple, is a little fancy because we've got to whip up our egg whites. We're just gonna fold this in here. Oh, great. Add some air, some fluffiness. There's no leaveners in this recipe, so fluffy little egg whites are gonna help. Oh, look at the steam. Waffle iron is ready, and I'm just gonna do a big scoop. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Plop that in there. Here we go. Boom. Wait about 3 minutes and then we can try some banana waffles. Oops, you guys, I opened it too soon. Okay, I got more batter. You know, the first one's always just a warm-up. It's a calibration one. The first pancake, the first waffle, it's just a warm-up. All right, this is 3 minutes. Shut up, that looks amazing. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, hot. I love it. That's really hot. These are great. The only thing texture-wise is it's a little soft. I just think because the bananas have so much moisture, it's really hard to get that great crunch. Maybe a banana pancake would be better because those are supposed to be soft. I still love them. The next recipe is one of my favorites. It is a classic. We are making shortbread cookies. Now, shortbread cookies in general only have 3 ingredients: sugar, butter, and flour. There you have it. So let's do this. I'm gonna mix in our butter into this bowl, and our butter's at room temperature, so it's soft. You don't want it melted, and you don't want it cold. Optional salt. Now mix together. We're gonna start with the electric mixer and then use our hands. All right, boom. Just make sure all your flour is mixed in, then you're good to go. Now, you're gonna use your hands, and we're just gonna flatten it on the bottom of the pan. This is looking good. Now take a fork, and we're gonna dock the entire dough. All right, shortbread is ready to bake. You're gonna heat your oven to 325 and bake for about 30 to 35 minutes. Once the shortbread has baked, you wanna cut them into squares in the pan when they're still warm. That's what I did, and then let them cool a little bit. And now I'm gonna give them a try. They looked really cute. Got that nice little golden brown. Look at that on the edges. I mean, they're good. They're buttery, they're delicious. Shortbread's really plain, like I always want to eat it with something, like some lemon zest in there, or like, you know, it just needs a little something. All in all, this is a great recipe, but break the rules. Add a 4th ingredient. Does it work? Yes. Is the flavor boring me? Also yes. The next recipe we're making is beer bread. The 3 ingredients, you just need a beer. I got a Heineken here. I didn't have any Guinness left. And then some Bisquick, which I thought was to make biscuits. I didn't know it had all these multi-functions. So anyways, I don't cook with this a lot. And then some brown sugar. So in a big mixing bowl, let's add in that brown sugar and the beer. As a chef, it's very important you gotta taste test as you go. Now we're just gonna mix till well combined. This is looking good. Now we're just gonna scoop it into our little loaf pan. I've just greased and lined it with a little piece of parchment paper to make it easier to come out. Okay, let me just get in there. There we go. I just thought about it. Beer has yeast in it. And then the Bisquick has all these leavening agents in it. So I think this is gonna be really fluffy. Now we're gonna pop it in the oven at 325 for 50 minutes. All right, here's the beer bread. Let's give it a taste. I do not know what to expect. It's soft, has a nice little golden brown on the sides. Tastes like beer. Wow. All right, this kind of tastes like yeast. If you like the taste of really yeasty beer, I mean, this may be for you. For me, it just tasted like beer too much, and it's a texture thing. It's softer like a banana bread or a zucchini bread. I would go thin slices, toasted, lots of butter. Have you ever wondered if you could take a box cake and make brownies out of it? Well, we're gonna find out today. So this is strawberry cake mix. We're gonna make strawberry brownies. In a big mixing bowl, we're gonna pour in all the dry ingredients from this strawberry cake mix. Now, instead of adding a cup of water to this and 3 eggs and half a cup of vegetable oil, we are adding no water. So the second ingredient is just gonna be 2 eggs. We're reducing the eggs and we're reducing the vegetable oil. So mix 2 eggs and oil. That's it, 3 ingredients. This is getting thick. This is getting really thick. All right, now we're gonna scoop the batter into a greased pan over here. Oh my gosh, it's so heavy. It's like glue. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't even know if I can. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. This is terrible. I haven't even done anything and I hate it. All right, now using an offset spatula, I'm gonna attempt to spread this flat. Oh, this is so weird. After you get the batter flat in the pan, you're gonna heat your oven to 350 and we're gonna bake this for about 25 minutes. You guys wanna see how thick this is? This is not natural. Let's go bake it. So after they bake, they actually were a lot cuter. I'm not as scared. I can see the layers. I like the crispiness on the top. Oh, I have so many notes. First note is just make the strawberry cake. Pass on this. The artificial flavors are just more condensed in these, and I would prefer it in a cake because it's lighter, fluffier, more spread out. Now it's time for 3-ingredient fudge. All you're gonna need: cubed butter, semi-sweet chocolate chips, and sweetened condensed milk. We're gonna pour these 3 together and then heat it up in the microwave in 30-second increments. So you wanna get the sweetened condensed milk over all the chocolate, over all the butter. Okay, here we go, all right. Give it a good mix, and then we're gonna heat again for 30 seconds. You're gonna do this about 4 to 6 times, depending how long it takes for everything to melt together. All right, this is what it looks like when it's fully incorporated, and for me, it took 4 microwaving, so 30 seconds. All right, we're gonna pour this in the pan, smooth it out with your spatula. Once you've gotten it smoothed out, we're gonna pop it in the fridge and let it sit overnight. Perfect. I made a batch, it sat overnight, cut it into little squares, and now let's give it a try. Looks-wise, looks great. Wow. Oh my gosh, these are great. That's exactly what you should expect from a nice batch of fudge. It's very rich, chocolatey, creamy, it's so good. I just want more flavor. You wanna cut these really small because again, they're very rich. This is a great foundation recipe, super easy, big fan. Next up is pumpkin muffins. I'm really excited about this one. So the brownies didn't end up the way I wanted, but maybe cake can become a muffin. It does have 3 ingredients, but technically I feel like 2. This cake mix, a spice cake mix, and pumpkin puree. And then you just fold in some chopped pecans and put some on the top, but I mean, that's for texture, but okay, it's 3 ingredients. Let's give it a go.
There's some plastic in the bowl.
Oh, don't want that, that'd be 4 ingredients. Can't have that. We're just gonna mix it till all the dry ingredients are combined. Adding some chopped pecans now, 3rd ingredient. Remember everybody how to fold. You go under, over, turn. Under, over, turn. Now using a big ice cream scoop. Over here I've got a muffin tin lined with these little paper liners, and I'm just gonna do a heaping scoop in each one and just fill up this entire tray. Oh yeah, boom! In general, this shouldn't rise very much, maybe just a little, but they should look about like this when they're done baking. And now I'm just gonna use the same pecans. They're chopped just to top off each one of these. Give it a little texture, a little design. Muffins are ready to bake. You're gonna heat your oven to 350 and bake for about 20 to 24 minutes. Oh, these turned out pretty cute. They've baked, given plenty of time to cool. And now, taste test. I love the flavor, but it's just like very spongy. I think it's missing the fluffiness you get from eggs and also feels dry. Maybe because no oil? With just 3 ingredients, it seems like these are a little tough, but it did technically work. I just want to tweak this. I want to add a few things, but not the worst if you're in a pinch. Next up, we have 3-ingredient coconut macaroons. I love these cookies. Very simple ingredients. In this one, there's no egg whites and no salt. So we've got sweetened coconut flakes, sweetened condensed milk, and then a little bit of vanilla extract. Just pour everything into the coconut flakes, and we're gonna mix together till everything's coated evenly. Now we're gonna take a little scoop, and we're gonna pack it pretty tight and then place over on a baking sheet lined with a piece of parchment paper. Once you've filled up your tray, you're gonna heat your oven to 350 degrees and bake these for about 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I always thought they looked like little haystacks. Okay, let's take a taste. Okay, I love these. I love coconut and I love it. It's just sweet, sugary coconut. They don't stay together as well as when you have egg in here. A lot of people, when they make these, they like to drizzle a little chocolate on there, which you can, coconut and chocolate. Flavor friends, but I don't even think it needs it. I just want to put a little bit of salt on it and we're good to go. This one's a win. The next recipe is old school, it's iconic. We're gonna be making an icebox cake. Our 3 ingredients that we're using: whipped cream, strawberries, and graham crackers. This is already things that I love going together. With a little spatula, just take a little bit of whipped cream, not very much. It's not like a whole layer. We spread into the pan so that our graham crackers will stay in place. Now we're gonna take our graham crackers and cover the whole bottom. Boom. Now scoop 1/3 of the whipped cream in here, boop, boop, boop. Smooth it out with your offset spatula. Oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. After the whipped cream, add a layer of strawberries like this. After we get all these strawberries on here, we're just gonna keep layering. We're gonna do another layer of graham crackers, whipped cream, strawberries, Grammies, whipped cream, strawberries. This cake sat overnight, so let's see what we're working with. Oh, look at the little layers. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, let's taste it. Oh, wow. I mean, what's not to love? It's hard to go wrong with graham cracker, whipped cream, and strawberries, and it's just so good. It's just so soft, like tiramisu-like. This one is a win, especially for summer, because it's like a cold treat. Great. Next recipe, chocolate peanut butter grahams. That's what I'm talking about. 3 things I love. So we're gonna take these little graham crackers and you break them apart so they're in the little rectangles. So we've got graham crackers, peanut butter, and chocolate. And I've done one over here. Put a little peanut butter on one side. Boop. And then look at this, we're gonna make a little sandwich. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? Then you're just gonna do that to the rest of these. And once you've got them assembled, then we're gonna dip them in chocolate. They're like homemade candy bars. All right, our little graham cracker bars are assembled, and now we're gonna dip them in some coating milk chocolate over here that I've melted, and the bowl is warm. You're just gonna toss your little cracker in there, cover it with chocolate, fully cover it, and then we're gonna pick it up, and you're just gonna lightly tap on the side of the bowl. Tap, 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 and you'll see that all the excess chocolate will just drip right off back into the bowl. And when the dripping slows down, then you're just gonna transfer it back over here onto the baking sheet, like so, and let it dry. Now you're gonna do this to the rest of your little Grammy bars. What's really nice about working with chocolate is it sets up so quickly. So these will harden in about 5 minutes, maybe 10. Ta-doo! There you have it, chocolate peanut butter grahams. Only 3 ingredients. Okay, that looks like it was made in a factory. That's how good it is. All right. Oh my gosh, this is the new Girl Scout cookie, you guys. It's that good.
Why is that so good?
Why is that so good?
Literally go make these.
These are amazing.
I've grown as a person, I'll leave you one.
Let's make some ice cream bread. 3 ingredients, ice cream, self-rising flour, and sugar. The recipe online used a butter pecan. We found a caramel pecan. You're gonna put that in a big mixing bowl, and we wanna soften up our ice cream before we add our other 2 ingredients. So to do that, I'm just gonna use an electric hand mixer. All right, we just basically made a milkshake. Pour in our self-rising flour, which is different than just regular flour, and then some sugar. Now mix these together. Once mixed, we're gonna pour all of this into our loaf pan. It's greased and lined with a little piece of parchment paper. This is so cool. I hope that this works. Now, I did follow the recipe, but just looking at it, it's a little short. You know what? Who cares? There's nothing wrong with being short, everybody. I should know. Heat your oven to 350 degrees, and we're gonna bake this for about 30 to 35 minutes. Well, as expected, our ice cream bread is a little short. So let's give it a taste. I'm just so excited that this worked. Kind of reminds me of a banana bread, like it's a sweet bread. This would just be a really fun idea, like if you had a favorite ice cream flavor, to try it out as a bread and see if you like it. It's really cool. I'm really excited because I've never made a Baste cheesecake before. So if you're not familiar, a Baste cheesecake is basically, it has no crust on the bottom, and you bake it till it's like almost burnt. But it's not burnt, but it looks kind of like burnt. We've got 2 sticks of cream cheese, sweetened condensed milk, and 3 eggs. We're gonna toss them all in the food processor, blend it up, and then pour into a pan. Yeah, woo! All right, everybody. Now we're gonna heat our ovens to the hottest heat I've ever done. Heat your ovens to 500 degrees. Usually I bake at 400 something for pizzas, and that's like as high as I go, but this special cheesecake gets 500 degrees for about 15 to 18 minutes. Keep your eye on it. It's gonna puff up, that's normal. It's supposed to do that. It's supposed to get dark brown around the sides, and on top, it's supposed to have a little bit of motion. It's gonna have a little jiggle. That's fine. And then after this comes out of the oven, you're gonna put it in the refrigerator for about 2 hours before you slice it. It's baked, it's basked. We gave it plenty of time to cool, and now I'm gonna try a bite. That's soft, that's creamy. Wow, wow, wow. That's a lot of dairy. It's good. I just want more things on here. I want like a thickened raspberry sauce, you know, on top. I miss the Grammys. I miss it at the bottom, but the burntness gives it a little something. But that was really fun. I've never made one of these before. One of my favorites, banana bread. I am biased. I think the best banana bread recipe is my mom's, but today we're gonna be making it with 3 ingredients: mashed bananas, sweetened condensed milk, and self-rising flour. Sweetened condensed milk is really doing it's doing overtime today. We're gonna start by mixing up the mashed bananas and the sweetened condensed milk in a larger bowl. I'm sure this will be okay, you guys, but it's like there's no cinnamon, there's no nuts. Oh, my heart. It's gonna probably be a banana bread, but it's just like a sad bread. All right, our little banana bread batter is ready. I'm gonna pour it into a grease and lined loaf pan. I mean, it's looking good and smelling good. It's just really simple. Once you've got the batter in the pan, you can heat your oven to 350 degrees, and we're gonna bake this for about 30 to 35 minutes. Look how cute this loaf is. It's adorable. I mean, it's plain, but I kind of love it. Okay. Oh, look at that. I mean, that's a good banana bread. For 3 ingredients, this is pretty good. I think this is a really good, like, beginner recipe to get you started in baking. This is not bad, you guys. All right, everybody, let's make some bread. We have been making bread today, and we're gonna make some more bread. So we're gonna be making Dutch oven bread today. So in a large mixing bowl, we're gonna mix together. First ingredient, active dry yeast. Second ingredient, just regular flour. Third ingredient, water. Now, this is the 4th one. It's always optional, a little bit of salt, okay? I know we just said 3, but really, you shouldn't make bread without salt. Can you? Yes. Should you? Just don't do it. If there's one piece of advice I could give you about baking, don't make bread without a little salt. Just a little. Just see this? Boop, okay, doop. We'll just pretend that that's just an automatic. That's just a given. All right, now we're gonna mix this together, and this recipe says it actually doesn't need any kneading. I like to get in there with my hands when I make bread, but I'm not gonna do it. Just keep mixing together until all the flour is gone and it's like absorbed. And after this is mixed, we're just gonna let it sit in the bowl until it's doubled in size. This usually takes, for this type of recipe, 7 hours. I gotta use my hands. I can't look at this. There we go. Let's get in there. This needs to be even. Boom. That's looking good. You want it to look a little shaggy. It's like a shaggy dough. It's not super smooth or anything. And now I'm just gonna cover it with some food-safe plastic wrap and let it sit out at room temperature. Our dough has been proving. It's been 6.5 hours. It's doubled in size, and now we're gonna cook it in this little Dutch oven over here. I say little, but it's heavy duty. These things are thick. These things are heavy. They're amazing. So you're gonna heat your oven to 450 degrees and then place your Dutch oven in the oven on its own by itself to basically preheat. It's gonna heat up, and you're basically gonna make a bread oven. It's gonna get really hot. Once it's hot, it takes about 30 minutes, we're gonna put our dough in. While our Dutch oven is preheating, I'm gonna get the dough ready. I've got a pinch of flour right here. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit on top, and I'm gonna do it around the sides. Then we're gonna pull away the dough from the edges. Oh, wow. Okay, then we just need to tuck this under. Take a razor blade or a very sharp knife, and we're gonna cut an X on the top, about a 1/4 inch deep. X marks the spot, hot crust buns, let's do it. Okay, here we go. Take our bread, place it inside. I just love Dutch ovens. They're just great. They just make great bread, you guys. Now we're gonna pop this back in the oven for 30 minutes. And then we should have some bread. Here we go. Back in. Oh. Boop. After you bake the bread for 30 minutes, you're gonna take off the lid, leave the Dutch oven inside of the oven, and then you're just gonna bake until when you knock on top of the bread, it's hard. It sounds like kind of hollow. Should only take about 5 minutes. So bake for 30, remove the lid, but keep it in the oven. Bake for an additional 5 minutes, give it a little knock. Look at this, ready? Look at this, you guys. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful, it's beautiful, it's beautiful. It's so pretty, I love it. Here we go. Let's cut some slices. Wow. I do like that this is bread with no sugar added. So much bread in the United States has so much sugar in it. It's almost like eating a pastry. It's my favorite. It looks like bread, it feels like bread, it tastes like bread. This is an amazing recipe, and I know it has to rise for a really long time, like 7 hours, but the ingredients are so simple, it's so worth it, and you don't need to babysit it. You just let it rise. You just set it off to the side, go do your whole day. Come back to it at the end of the day. This is amazing. We've made it, you guys. We've arrived at the last recipe. I wanted it to be a fun one, so I found this recipe online. They're like Pretzel Delights, and I went to the store to get Rolos because that's one of the ingredients, and then the recipe, it's on the bag. So this is like their official, I guess, recipe. This is so cool. I didn't even know this was a thing. So on a baking sheet lined with a piece of parchment paper, I've got a bunch of little pretzels. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna place a Rolo on top of each pretzel. And the 3 ingredients are just pretzels, Rolos, and then pecans. We're gonna place this on top, boop, boop, boop. This baked little treat bakes so quickly. So you're gonna heat your oven to 250, and we're gonna bake them for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then we're gonna take them out, and while the chocolate is still warm, we're gonna place down a pecan right on top. So save the pecans, they're for when we take them out of the oven. In they go. All right, here we go. They are a little wily because the Rolo is so tall and they try to like lean to a side. A little trickier than I thought, but we're doing it. It's happening. I'm just gonna set these off to the side, let them cool. It says about 20 minutes, but just till they're cool. All right, our little treats are ready to enjoy. Oh my gosh, this is great. Rolo needs to sell these. I feel like they could give turtles a little bit of competition, and I love turtles. Okay, this recipe was a win. All right, that does it for 3 ingredient recipes. Let me know in the comments, would you make any of these that you saw today? If you enjoy videos like these, give this video a thumbs up, and if you'd like to watch any other videos, you can click up here or up here, up here or up here.